Today, we're taking a look at how a major global player, the Bühler Group, managed to steer through a really turbulent year. We're going to break down their 2025 strategy and see what lessons it might hold for building a more resilient business, especially in our industry. This is the million-dollar question, right? When the markets are all over the place and you can't see what's coming next, how does some companies manage to not just survive, but actually come out stronger? That's the big theme we're digging into today, using Bueller's own report as our guide. And here it is, Bühler's answer, straight up. They say their performance boils down to these three things: resilience, foresight, and agility. As we go through this, you'll see how these aren't just buzzwords. They're actually built into the DNA of their entire strategy. All right, so here's our roadmap. We'll start with the tough environment they were up against. Then we'll dive into the company's super long-standing purpose, check out their unique value creation model, see how they team up with others to innovate, and wrap it up with the framework of trust that makes it all work. First things first, let's paint the picture. To really get their strategy, you have to understand the crazy, volatile world Bühler was dealing with when this report came out. So, the global situation at the time was just full of uncertainty. You had volatile markets, companies were really hesitant to spend money, and on top of all that, trade barriers were going up. This was the tough reality they were facing every single day. And yet, and this is the amazing part, despite all of those headwinds, Bühler didn't just tread water. They actually managed to grow and grab more market share. I mean, that really says something about that resilience we mentioned earlier. So, how'd they pull it off? Well, the answer isn't some quick fix or short-term trick. It's built right into their foundation, a core purpose that has guided the company for more than 165 years. Yeah, you heard that right. 165 years. Bühler isn't some hot new startup, it's a Swiss family company with a ton of history. And that long-term view is absolutely key to understanding why they make the decisions they do. And this is the engine driving everything: innovations for a better world. Now, this isn't just a catchy tagline for a commercial. It's presented as the real core purpose that shapes every decision they make, from R&D to major investments. And holding up that purpose are three key principles for every single employee: trust, ownership, and passion. You can think of this as their cultural blueprint, making sure everyone is working together toward the same big goals. Okay, now we get to the really practical stuff. How do you take a big, lofty purpose and turn it into actual business decisions day in and day out? For that, Bühler uses a special framework they call the value creation model. The key takeaway here is that this model is a hands-on tool. It's built to make sure that any decision they make creates value not just for the bottom line, but for their customers, their employees, and for society as a whole. It's all about finding those sustainable business opportunities. Think of it like a balancing act. Every single decision gets weighed against these three pillars: humanity, so its impact on people; nature, its impact on the planet; and of course, economy, the impact on the business. It's about finding that sweet spot where everyone wins. Let's be real, one company can't solve the world's biggest challenges all by itself. And that brings us to the fourth part of their strategy: how Bühler uses collaboration to kick innovation into high gear and make a bigger impact. It's a simple idea, but it's so powerful. For Bühler, innovation isn't something that's locked away in a lab. They see collaboration as the secret ingredient, the catalyst, really, that sparks new ideas and gets solutions out into the world much faster. And get this, they've been building this for over 15 years. We're not talking about just one or two partnerships, it's a whole ecosystem. They're working with universities, with exciting startups, nonprofits, and even their own customers and suppliers to solve tough problems together. So finally, none of this would work without a rock-solid foundation of accountability. This last part is all about the governance structure that makes sure Bühler is operating ethically and responsibly. Their rulebook for governance isn't just something they came up with. It's grounded in the Swiss Code of Best Practice, which is a really high international standard. This gives them a clear, transparent framework for how the board and management work together, which builds trust with everyone. So after looking at their whole strategy, we're left with this one big thought. What we've seen is this incredible mix of a 165-year-old purpose with a totally modern, collaborative approach to innovation. So the question is this combination of deep tradition and forward-thinking agility the new blueprint for success in a world this uncertain? It's definitely something to think about.